Yeah, I also wanted to do a little bit of a disclaimer. And I'm gonna start it with explaining what's funny and what isn't. So generally, if you're going into the category of like severe harm to people, it's probably not super funny. That probably puts you in the category of a little bit, maybe you should ease. Like, there's silliness that you say a random thing that's not really offensive, it's kind of random, and I'm a big fan of humor. I think it's very important to have that sort of comedic release. I think that it's good to sort of laugh and sometimes self-critique, and that's kind of why I have my like satire pieces, and some of the sort of out of context sort of podcast things that I'm gonna do, because even myself, when I'm thinking of something serious, periodically I just have a phrase that I say that I'm like, this is obviously not, an adequate part of the lecture because it's a little bit too silly or too weird. But then there's like the element of people who just, like, they'll, like, for example, like poisoning someone and then being like, haha, like, no, that's a very serious criminal act that you shouldn't be doing. That's not funny. So yeah, usually like enough of that kind of thing and it's no longer funny. It's kind of a big deal. And so yeah, it's important to draw those distinctions. Okay. I also wanted to draw a distinction. So, like producing a music album and like being creative, or like, like not every person who like does something musical or dresses up in a Halloween costume, like it doesn't like it doesn't mean anything. It like ends there for I imagine most people. So this idea of like just making really uh awkward and unwelcome assumptions is really questionable. So for example, if your like your friend who's overwhelmingly somewhat reserved is suddenly getting attacked by a group of people, and they're saying something because they wore like fully closed Halloween costume once, like, you should know better than to listen to those people. You should also understand, like, like your fantasies are over here, reality is over here. So you need to be able to keep your fantasies like in the department that like isn't like doesn't fall over to sexual harassment. Because we don't want that. Like, I think people think that, like, because they want something, then the girl is gonna want to, like, have some sort of attention from that. No. No. Um, so I can't believe that we have to, like, explain that in this day and age, but, apparently people needed a reminder. Just to sort of elaborate on that a little bit more, so I'm not a member of any sort of questionable networks. I'm a completely independent person, and that is intentional. I think that we have legislation that supports that. There should be nobody speaking on my behalf without my formal permission, especially like my presence in person. If someone is speaking on my behalf, it's very likely illegal and a scam, and I should be notified directly. One of the things these people did when they were trespassing into my apartment is they damaged a bunch of my items. It was an ongoing, really bizarre series of events that should not be happening in a first world democratic country to a person who rents an apartment independently, or anyone, really. So it was very inappropriate, very real, and I imagine there are some very serious investigations currently underway. But just to notify my family and friends, we should really avoid victim blaming for this one, considering I was just at home researching stuff and living my own life as I am allowed to do. So once again, you're not entitled to me or anything about me. Yeah, so just a quick little update regarding that. Okay, thank you. I furthermore wanted to clarify that some of the people that were engaged in very severe criminal harassment of me while I was in my own apartment doing thought based research work wanted to make a suggestion that I might be involved in something similar to maybe what they're involved to. And I would just like to clarify that I find it not only incredibly offensive and an insult to every single one of my talents, but also incredibly illegal, and a form of very severe sexual harassment and assault. I am very likely not interested in you in that way. So if you could just table all of that and throw it far away from me, that would be great. I will be more than happy to forward any and all such advances to any relevant police agencies so you are arrested if you even suggest that much. Have a nice day.